And now we'll invite LUCI General Director Mark Burton-Page for a brief wrap-up and a special lecture. So Mark, are we connected?
I think so.
Good, good.
Beautiful. Okay. Thank you. So I will share again my screen, if that's okay. Right. Okay. So I can see quite a lot of you are still here on board with us. So thank you very much for staying and being with us for this Asian urban lighting workshop. It's now time to nearly close this workshop. And I mean, it's been wonderful. We've had so many very, very, very good insights on many different layers of urban lighting. So first, I want to thank the speakers so much, because it's been enlightening for me at least, and I'm sure it has been for many of you out there. Just a few screenshots from me here, from all these lectures I've been listening in those 2 days. A lot of things, a lot of information, a lot of great stuff happening. Very interesting projects that have been showed, very interesting insights, many, many, many different things to discuss again and again. Just a few things that come up when I thought about what I would say to wrap up. Of course, we are not concluding this. A conclusion would be much too complicated, actually, to think about all the speakers. But some wrapping up thoughts. What we saw, cities have to face many challenges, including the climate crisis here, and we were reminded even of the need for a higher and higher resilience just a few minutes ago. Of course, that is extremely important. We also talked about being carbon neutral, etc. I mean, that is very important today. We're also seeing much more, again, that cities operate in this constantly changing scenario, because cities are a living thing. People actually are in cities. So if you take into account all the exterior factors and the human factors, that's a lot of things. They're constantly changing. Then, of course, the lighting sector is full of innovation. We see with the technology of lighting, but also all this infrastructure of communication around lighting. There's a lot of innovation here. The only thing I want to add is that, of course, there's a lot of innovation, but there's a bit of a challenge about the rhythms. We see the innovation rhythm is going very fast, but the rhythm of the city is different. The city is a long-term thing. So they're changing constantly, but the infrastructure is still something of the long term. And when you start talking about lighting infrastructure, it can take many years to change up to full. Cities are, of course, a great place to experiment a lot of things. And we could see that also with a lot of presentations. And from these experimentations, we need to scale up a number of things. So you can see here question of rhythms, etc. And a need for the future and how we continue working on urban lighting. Also, we saw with great presentations this morning, incredible differences from how we interpret light and darkness according to the cultures and to the need of people in different places, different cities. We heard from examples from USA, from Pakistan, from Korea, from Indonesia, from Bangladesh, from Singapore. I mean, a lot of wonderful, talk about how humans are linked to these emotions, about the creative aspect, the cultural, the religious aspects, and the symbolic aspect of lighting. And that's just really incredible. And what this brings up for me is that once you have all these challenges and these differences and these opportunities, I think we also need more cooperation in urban lighting. And this cooperation in urban lighting, what does it still bring for us? And a lot of the speakers, especially the two last lectures, I think, but all the others also talked about this in some way. We probably need to have a better cooperation in terms of the multiple helix of urban lighting, and to discuss between the practice, the research, the policy, the industry. That's really important. We need a better balance and a better alliance for this harmony that was also explained between the art and the science, between the engineers and the designers. And I think that's very important. Also, training and lifelong learning are, I think, extremely important in terms of how we work together for a better culture and sustainable urban lighting. And then, of course, exchange of practice. We all hear about each other, but I think that we need tools to share and to better share in order not to reinvent the wheel. And all of this is much reflected in LUCI's strategic plan, and I don't want to go into much detail here, but if you see the vision and the mission of LUCI for the next few years, there's at least a few things that come up. And what we wanted with our network is to be those 4 points at the bottom is that LUCI is a worldwide inclusive city network. We want to strengthen collective intelligence on urban lighting, develop a knowledge sharing platform and this capacity building platform for the stakeholders that are working with cities on urban lighting. And we want to reinforce partnerships and cooperation worldwide. So, I wanted to see how better to illustrate this vision and mission than hearing from one of our very friends, dear friends, and also a person that was present last year during the Asian Urban Lighting Workshop that was held last year. So please, if we can have the small soundbite from Zoltan, and just to hear from one of the LUCI members about what is LUCI for him. That'd be great. Thank you so much. I have to unshare. Good.
My name is Zoltán Pap. I'm coming from Budapest. I am the managing director of a maintenance company which is taking care of 180,000 luminaires and lighting, public lighting, decorative lighting and festive lighting of Budapest. We in LUCI act as like a family. We share the core values of each participants. We share ideas, we cooperate and co-create actually new ideas. We are informing each other with our best heart about the newest developments, recent development, exchange views, what is going in lighting, in the industry, in the maintenance, in the city, urban development. Budapest was actually one of the signatory countries or cities of LUCI, so we have been with LUCI for 15 years. This is a city-to-city cooperation, and we benefit in Budapest a lot from LUCI. Practical benefits could be realized. We have learned so much about public lighting, information technology, future developments in lighting. Without LUCI, we couldn't discuss the LED developments properly, or not discuss, but implement LED developments properly. Without LUCI, I don't think we could have a good master plan for lighting in Budapest. And when LED came in, we had to realize that it requires a totally new approach to lighting design and light planning. We made a master plan for Budapest in 2015. The General Assembly of Budapest approved, and next month we will put a public procurement for 7,000 LED luminaires based on this master plan. I think LUCI is not only an organization of cities, but it contains a wide range of different types of actors. Cities, municipalities, maintenance companies, producer companies, designers, urban planners, and this is a perfect mix for a city how to make future developments in lighting. We get information of the newest developments in the industry, in the maintenance, in the city urban planning. And we are open to each other, so we enrich each other with new ideas how to work in urban lighting and bring it closer to people. We are plenty of people, we can share plenty of ideas, so we always get home after LUCI meeting with new ideas, new initiatives, new proposals which could be implemented in our cities.
Yeah, thank you, Zoltan. Again, making these comments about LUCI. I think it's quite clear. There are other people that talk about LUCI that's available, but you know, I wanted to here go into a bit more detail about the benefits of LUCI for you, and especially a question: what can you do today? You know, what is actionable directly? What's possible? One of the things that all of you can do, and I mentioned this a bit earlier when we started the workshop, you can register for one of our upcoming online events. And especially next week, we have this major annual general meeting in Tartu. So if you want to take part in that, registration is still open for the online participation. And we're really hoping to have as many people as possible. As was mentioned, LUCI is really international. So it's great to have an Asian workshop, and we also have some other meetings from time to time in other continents. But the annual general meeting is really the place when we meet all together through the whole world. Just in December, there's also, for those that are perhaps more interested in creative lighting and light festivals, perhaps in general, or light and art, and this is a very important topic for cities. We have this forum every year that is held in Lyon, and of course, it'll also be online this year. Anyway, other things that you can do, we publish a newsletter that's really interesting, I think, and it's always good to share about this so you can be informed about what we do and a lot of the cities, what they do. There's a lot of materials that is open access for you on our website, so you can go download a lot of documents already. I mentioned this Nightscape publication recently. And of course, one of the things you can do is you can join us as a member. Now, just briefly, the benefits for membership. I mean, that is, for us, remember, we're a non-for-profit association. So here I'm just explaining what the city members gain out of being a member of our organization. There's a whole lot of things around the events because we want to meet. We want to meet each other, go places and experience things. So people are invited to our events. People are even taken in charge. Part of their accommodation is taken in charge. There are now also online events that you can join as a member. The very famous now coffee breaks that we have every month, every third Thursday. I mean, it's great to be able to meet the members and be together and hear about great projects and great people. Anyway, there's a lot of tools and resources, and I'll go into a little bit more detail just in a second about the LUCI Hub. But basically, we have a lot of magazines and other newsletters and publications that members receive print versions for, and etc. I mean, there's a lot of things that we directly work with our members, and we send a lot of great information and publications to our members. And then, of course, there's a deeper engagement possibility. But remember, LUCI is a network, so there's also some contribution from our members, and it's really good to join our working groups, for example, where a lot of the questions are debated at the moment. We have a major working groups on light pollution, on light festivals, on light and placemaking for people. We also have some online groups and discussions. Of course, when you're a member city, you can also apply to have an event of LUCI in your city, and that's great because it's great to have people coming to your city and meeting up and seeing what you do and talking with the whole policy framework of the city. Regularly sharing about light activities on our website, newsletters, opportunities to take the floor in our events, etc. This is all also for the members. And then, of course, even as a member, you have a possibility to even launch one of those working groups. You have a center of interest, particularly. Just a little information more on our specifically a platform that has been created recently, because I think it's very important today in this landscape. I talked about the fact that even cities are facing new innovation. Here, also we as a network, we needed to reflect also the period and this digital working. So the members' online knowledge exchange platform is very, very important for everyone, where we talk together inside this tool. There are, of course, a lot of documents that are available, but it's also just for meeting up. there's a library, a resource center with so many different resources that are now accessible, and it's very well organized, very easy to go there and to find a lot of information about urban lighting worldwide. We also share a lot of news. So this monitoring center of news for the whole community of urban lighting. It's very, very interesting and important. There's a mobile app that is really easy to use, etc. And people can share. Once you're inside this hub of information, you can actually share some news. You can share articles, documents. You can write lessons learned about your own projects. So it's really an ongoing discussion. It's not only about just the events from time to time, it's also online sharing and being together on a regular basis. And of course, we have the whole LUCI team behind this to make sure that the connections are established. Okay, thank you for your attention right now. And now I want to give the floor to Mr. Kim, Casey Kim, to talk about the LUCI Regional Office for Asia. We have our headquarters here in Lyon, where I am, and also in Seoul, we have the LUCI Regional Office for Asia. So I'd like to give him the floor right now, and he can explain more about that in a few minutes. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mark, for a great lecture on LUCI. And I'm going to tell you about the LUA, the LUCI Regional Office for Asia. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kim Kabcheol, the coordinator of LUA LUCI Regional Office for Asia. First, I would like to introduce the origin and vision of LUA. Then second, explain how together we are striving to realize them. And finally, explain future efforts to push our vision even further. In 2016, during the Seoul Annual General Meeting, the spirit of the LUCI Charter on Urban Lighting brought about the Seoul Declaration of LUCI, upon which LUI is based. Seoul Metropolitan Government and LUCI share the vision of disseminating better urban lighting even further into Asia, and they needed a dedicated regional office to do so. Eventually, the LUI is established in 2017, based here in Seoul. As a representative office of LUCI, LUI promotes LUCI and delivers activities following LUCI's model of meet, learn, act, and speak in Asian region. LUI gives information about LUCI and its activities to Asian cities, companies, and NGOs who may concern so that they can take part in it. For LUCI members from Asia, LUI provides a space where they can meet each other, learn from professionals and policymakers, find partners to cooperate, and express their own views. By empowering the Urban Lighting Company of Asia, Community of Asia, LUI aims to foster better urban lighting culture in Asia for cities to become smarter, greener, and even more beautiful. LUI has, Can I get the, thank you. LUI has put various efforts to make the vision come true. First and foremost, LUI has played an essential role for SMG and LUCI to hold LUCI Asia Urban Lighting Workshop jointly since 2017. It has informed various important themes and trends of urban lighting and provided a platform to the participants where they can share their own experiences, thoughts, and plans. As the workshop gained much more attention, it expanded from 50 participants from 16 cities of 8 countries in 2017 to 308 from 60 cities of 30 countries in 2020. LUI has also endeavored to spread new ideas and best practices among LUCI members worldwide. It introduces ideas and best practices of LUCI members from Asia via LUCI Hub, copy breaks, and LUI Update, the LUI newsletter. Not only does LUA bring advanced trends of urban lighting to the fore, it also gives cities a forum to express their own thoughts and perspectives. Hence, the ideas and practices of Asian cities could be better acknowledged by other members, and eventually, LUA makes the whole community network more diverse and fertile. LUA plans to act more actively both off and online in order to invite more members to LUCI, deepen the urban light community in Asia even further, and help Asian cities recover faster from COVID-19. It expects to translate important LUCI books in major Asian languages and distribute them often online. The first book may be LUCI's latest, Exploring City Nightscapes. LUA plans to publish LUA update two times per year. The newsletter can be submitted in their mother tongue. By having participants and lecturers join online preparation meetings for the workshop, it will boost the process, and eventually it can help members discuss their own views and cooperate more. LUA is essentially a platform for better urban lighting in Asia. In order to benefit Asian cities and eventually their inhabitants, it is ready to discuss and give help. As a platform, I believe that more participation will benefit all of the members, so I strongly recommend to participate more in order to create even more added value. Thank you for listening, and I wish I could see you all in next workshop. And now, we would like to show you a very short video about what LUCI is. We asked LUCI members to say one word that defines LUCI for them.
LUCI is light my fire.
Sharing ideas.
Nice people.
Best practice, collaboration,
Knowledge.
Documentation de pointe.
Inspiration.
Innovating.
De l'information.
La passion.
Des échanges. Le partage.
learning.
Expertise.
Professional lighting.
Professional events.
Unique international network.
LUCI is needed. We want you.
We are involved in light. We create light. We create the future. And it's so tremendous fun. It's exhilarating to do it together. That's LUCI.
Yeah, thank you so much. I just want to thank again all the speakers, all the organizers from Seoul, Metropolitan Government, Kim also, Mr. Kim, thank you for this short introduction of LUCI Regional Office. And we are here also to, if you want to talk with us, contact us, we are ready, we are available. And thank you to all the organizers of this workshop. It's been incredible, a lot of hard work, but a very, very strong added value for the whole network. And it's been wonderful to see some faces from you on this screen. And we really hope to be back in person together and perhaps next year. One of the incredible things is next year, the LUCI annual general meeting will take place in Korea, in Busan. So I really hope that we can be together in Korea and bring all of you to Korea and to Busan especially. And we look forward to meeting you all very, very soon. So thank you very much and see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Mark and Mr. Kim, for the great introduction and the wrap-up. And now, to bring an end to our workshop, Director Moon-Ju Lee of Urban Light Policy Division of Seoul Metropolitan City will give a closing address. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Director Lee to the stage.
Greetings, I am Moon-Ju Lee, Director of Seoul Metropolitan Government Urban Light Policy Division. I'd like to extend my sincere appreciation to all of you who participated in the 2021 LUCI Asia Urban Lighting Workshop. While we are all having a difficult time due to COVID-19, the City Lights is not limited to play its traditional role of illuminating darkness, becoming a medium to revitalize the city. And as it integrates with the new technologies, it permeates deep into the fabric of life, and as a result, the role of and implication of the urban lighting is getting higher. The theme of city lighting for people that we looked at together was a topic that must be considered in order to explore the role of lighting in the future and the changing times. Taking this opportunity, I'd like to thank all the speakers who provided insightful lectures. Although it is regrettable to have this event virtually, but all the ideas and experiences we shared online would be valuable input for all of you when you engage in the urban lighting policy work. And two-day online workshop is now come to an end. Next year, I sincerely wish we will be able to invite all of you to Seoul, Korea. We sincerely wish all you the very best. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, this officially concludes our special two-day journey, the 2021 LUCI Asia Urban Lighting Workshop. Although held online for the second year, we celebrated the fifth hosting of this wonderful annual event, through which we enjoyed looking into many different cities, cases, current statuses, and trends. Seoul Metropolitan City, LUCI, and Allura co-organize this event every year to provide a place for discussions on urban lighting policies and trends. And I have one last announcement to make before we say goodbye. As Mark mentioned, next year, LUCI Annual General Meeting will be held in Busan Metropolitan City, Korea. And we ask for great interest, support, and participation of all the lighting professionals from all parts of the globe. And it is finally time to let you go. Once again, we'd like to thank each and every lecturer, presenter, and participant for making this workshop a great success. And we hope to be able to see all of you in person and enjoy another round of wonderful exchanges and networking next year. As we conclude, we're going to watch a video clip on Busan Metropolitan City, where the 2022 LUCI Annual General Meeting will be held. With that, ladies and gentlemen, stay safe and healthy until we meet again next year. Goodbye.